Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Alex Rogers, and I am going to give you the top selling or the highest quality protein powders on the market today. And just so you know who I am, my name is Alex Rogers. I own a company called ProteinFactory.com, and I've been selling protein powders, manufacturing them, formulating them for over 20 years now. So my expertise is, I have pretty good expertise in protein powders and the use of sports nutrition. I don't know too many other people that could make that claim over 20 years of manufacturing, selling protein powders. I'm also an expert in the Code of Federal Regulations for Dietary Supplement 111s, so I know how supplements are supposed to be made. Number 10 spot is going to be a regular whey protein isolate. And keep in mind, this list is not about flavors, okay? This is about quality protein powders. If you want flavoring, go somewhere else, because flavor has nothing to do with quality. Flavor has nothing to do with muscle gains. It's, anybody could flavor a protein powder. So these are just plain protein powders, and based on quality, how they're made, the quality of the actual protein. Okay, so like I said, number 10 is going to be regular whey protein isolate. And I would say that 99% of supplement companies or companies that are selling whey protein isolate are selling a micro ultrafiltration whey isolate. There's only a couple ways to make a whey protein isolate, and one of them is ion exchange, which is patented by Davisco, and the other, which isn't patented, is micro ultrafiltration, which is the most common method of whey protein isolate. That'll give you 90% protein. So all you gotta do is find a company that's claiming to sell whey protein isolate, which my company does. So you can just buy my German whey isolate or my Wisconsin whey isolate, and that's it. You got yourself a whey protein isolate. Okay, after that, number 9 is going to be Davisco's BiPro. Okay, now that's actually an ion exchange whey protein isolate. It's rare. You can easily buy it on Amazon or wherever else, but what I like about the Davisco BiPro whey protein isolate is that it's 98% protein. Sometimes it comes in at 97, but if you want the highest protein on a gram for gram basis, the Davisco BiPro is going to be it. Nothing comes close. I've never seen anything come close to 98%. Keep in mind that nothing can be 100% protein, meaning you can't have 100 grams of powder and 100 grams of protein. Okay, like I mentioned previously, a ultrafiltration whey protein isolate is 90% protein. So out of those 100 grams, 90 grams is going to be actual protein, and 10% will be non-protein materials. Okay, so Davisco's BiPro, very, very high in BCAAs, so usually 8%. So yeah, so if you're looking for just straight up protein, you don't care about protein subfractions, then Davisco BiPro is going to be it. Number 8 is going to be my Muscle Shake. And the reason why is because the Muscle Shake is a native whey protein blend. Okay, so you really want to mix your protein sources when you're trying to build muscle. So the Muscle Shake is a combination of native whey protein isolate, native micellar, and milk protein isolate. Okay, so that's number 8. Number 7 is going to be a straight up native whey protein isolate. Okay, if you never heard of native whey protein isolate, what it is that whey protein can come from 2 sources. Well, initially it comes from the cow, but after that it could come from cheese or milk. Okay, when whey protein comes from cheese, that's going to be your common protein powder that the supplement companies will never talk to you about, but it is processed that it's manufactured to be processed from cheese, so technically it's denatured twice. Okay, where a native whey protein isolate comes directly from milk, so it's only denatured one time, and denaturing means subjected to heat. Okay, so all whey protein powder has to be pasteurized. Okay, but when it comes from cheese, it has to be pasteurized twice, because just the way it is. It has to be pasteurized twice because one's coming from the milk, other coming from the cheese, so it's got to be pasteurized twice. When it comes from milk, it only has to be pasteurized one time. Okay, so native whey protein isolate, very hard to find. I sell it on my site. I don't know too many other companies that sell it. because it is expensive. It's more expensive than a micro ultrafiltration whey isolate. And not only that, but there is native whey protein isolate is not manufactured in the U.S. All native whey protein isolate is made overseas, typically in Western Europe, like France, the Netherlands. Where else? France, Netherlands, not too sure where else. But, yeah, native whey protein isolate. Okay, coming in at number 6, really 6 and 5, okay, is the bovine plasma and bovine hemoglobin protein powders. Now, they are non-existent at this point. Okay, I used to sell a bovine plasma protein powder. Manufacturer discontinued it, so I don't sell it anymore, but I'm working on getting them back in. So when they do come back in, yeah, you definitely want to use those. Now, the good thing about the bovine plasma is that the bioavailability, and I believe the DIAA, is very high with these products. Not only that, but they're very rich in protein subfractions. For example, IgG, IGF-1, much higher than whey proteins and dairy proteins, okay? So when they do come back in, those are the powders that you want to use, or at least try to get into your diet at least some point during the day. But as of right now, I don't know of anywhere that you could buy them, and you'll never hear them talked about by the mainstream supplement companies because these are niche powders. They're not mass market powders. They don't taste very good, and most of the mass market companies just care about flavor. All right. Now, the rest of the powders, these are really a toss-up. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 are really a toss-up, and because I really don't have a definite, there's really not too much difference as far as research or anything goes like that, but these are going to be your peptide proteins. Okay, proteins that you're not going to find in GNC, you're not going to find in Vitamin Shop, you're not going to find in bodybuilding.com or any of these places. They just don't exist, okay? So they're as follows. They're going to be hydrolyzed whey protein isolate, hydrolyzed casein, and hydrolyzed salmon, and silk cocoon. Okay, now the hydrolyzed casein is branded with the name of PeptoPro. So some of you might have heard it, some of you may not, but as far as the bioavailability, the usage, the rate of absorption, I mean, the evidence is clear in that the hydrolyzed protein powders just help with recovery better than whole food protein powders, such as whey isolate or casein or WPC or even the bovine plasma or even the native whey. Okay, these proteins get into the body very quickly, and they have an effect called aminoacidemia, and I believe they just increase muscle protein synthesis better than whole food protein powders. So the hydrolyzed, I sell a hydrolyzed whey isolate called Hydrolyzed 520. Has a average molecular weight of about 520 Daltons, obviously. PeptoPro has an average molecular weight of about 300 Daltons, and the hydrolyzed salmon that I sell, the data on the hydrolyzed salmon that the company that actually makes it, they put it up against hydrolyzed whey, and it performed better in some aspects than hydrolyzed whey. So, that's why I said it's a real toss-up between 1 through 4. Even with the silk cocoon. The silk cocoon has a very low molecular weight. Very low molecular weight. So most of my customers, I'd say out of the 3, the 520, PeptoPro, and Salmabolic, the PeptoPro probably sells the best, followed by the 520 and Salmabolic right there. Now keep in mind, these are hardcore protein powders. You'll never see any of the supplement companies talk about this. You won't find it on YouTube. I'm the only guy that talks about it. Okay, these protein powders are for the elite. Okay, if you want a milkshake, this isn't it. You make protein drinks out of these things, okay? So whether you're adding fruit or something like that, but don't even think about trying to make a milkshake out of it. It ain't going to happen. But if you're looking for results, if you're stuck, if you're not growing anymore, use these hydrolyzed proteins pre-workout or post-workout, and you're going to see some results.